And first of all, I will present about the introductions. Access to the highest education is the various of the person growth and success advancement. Yes, many students face the barriers such as the financials, access, lack of preparedness, and the limit support. That's a challenges are especially service in their developing of marginalization community. Despite the recognizes value of higher education in the driving, empower meets and economy programs, many students fail to transition of the secondary school and to college. This research aims to identify and understand the device obstacles preventing students from continue their education and to propose practice solution that government, school, and families can implement to improve access to higher education. And the problem statements depicts a global and national effects to the improved access to the higher education. Many students today do not transition for the secondary to the post-secondary education. Traditional solutions like financial aid and the scholarships do not fully address depend. Constant specific barriers such as the cultures, expectation, lack of the confidence, poverty, and discriminations. This study aims to explore the divisions reason why the student choose not to pushing higher education by examining their living the experience and identify common the patterns across the difference the background. Such like the reasons, research the questions like what are the main factors that prevent the student to continue their studies to the higher educations. Second, to what extent do economic challenges influence the decision to discontinue education after secondary school? The third one is reason objective. The reason objective is to identify the key, the social, economy, academics, and the personality factors that act as the barrier to the higher education. The second one, to analyze how does the barrier differs based on the gender, social, economics, the background, and the geographic, the locations. And that after that, the research significance, the summary. This student is improved because it offers that deeper understanding of the barriers to education program through the events based the research is provide the valuable insights of policymaker and educator to address student challenges beyond just the statistic data. I identify actionable solution is aimed to reduce the inequality and improve access to higher education, especially for the marginalized group. Long-term benefit include the better employment rates, higher income, a more skilled workforce, and support for a global goal on the education and the social justice fight. And lastly, the operations definition summaries. 1. Higher educations. Any post-secondary education, such as university, vocational, or diploma program. Number 2, barren phase, challenges, economy, academic, social, physiology that handle higher education. Third, social economic status, a family economics and the social standing made sure by income, education, occupation. Number 4, academic preparedness, the student decides for the future study based on the skill and the knowledge after the secondary school. Number 5, the cultures and expectation, family or community belief that influence decide like gender role or disease work over the study. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum to Dr. Sophie. My name is Muhammad Rayhan bin Muhammad Sharif. My material number is A24A0109AB. So today I will present about chapter 2 is underpinning theory. The first theory of planning of planned behavior. This theory explains about how attitudes, subjective norms, and perceived behavioral control influences an individual's decision-making process. The second theory is human capital theory by Baker's 1964. This theory suggests that education is an investment that increases an individual's productivity. The third theory is socio-ideological model by Bronfenbrenn, 1979. This framework considers how personal, family, school, community, and policy level factors interact to shape a student's education path. It is particularly useful for identifying systematic and environmental barriers. Next is independent variable, higher tuition fees 2018, the economics of higher education, tuition fees and policy implication by Dr. Emily Chater. The sum of money that students must pay higher education fees in order to enroll in a course of study at a higher education institution. Not every people can pay the high fee. Second is scholarships are usually non-repayable and are award based on academic merit or financial need, while education loans require repayment with interest after graduation. The third is the different revenue streams that higher education institutions employ to pay for operation and offer instructional services are referred to as financial resource. Next is a dependent variable. There are 20 dependent variable, but now I will talk about five dependent variable. The first is critical thinking. Is article is about teaching for diversity and social justice. The content is this gathering fosters critical thinking skills as well as a sense of accountability for social justice. The second is problem solving abilities. Tax economy of problem based learning methods, medical education. Content is individuals can practice social interaction in a controlled environment through role playing exercise and simulations, which aid in the development of effective communication techniques and problem solving. The third is idea transformation. Seven principles for good practice in undergraduate education. American Association for Higher Education Bulletin. As a result, they are better able to to express themselves verbally and have better articulation, clarity, and idea transmission skills. The fourth is communication across culture. Participating in culture or diversity activities broadens one's horizons and improves one's ability to communicate across culture. The number five is helps people become resilient and persistent. Taking on difficult assignments help people become resilient and persistent in both their academic and professional life. So, advantage of students who continue their studies at the higher education level. In a university environment, students have a unique opportunity to strengthen relationships between fellow students through a variety of activities and interactions. As revealed by John Dew in his article titled Building Stronger Peer Relationships in University Settings, 2020. Collaboration in academic projects and group activities helps deepen interpersonal relationships among learners. Classroom discussions and debates also encourage the exchange of ideas and views, which strengthens the social bond between them. In addition, membership in students' clubs and organizations provides opportunities for students to meet fellow students who share similar interests, which enrich their social experience on campus. Next is independent variable 1 and dependent variables. The factor of the student's barrier to continue his studies at the university is that the tuition fee are too high. Most higher tuition fees generally exceed the four-figure number. Therefore, some of the underprivileged cannot send their children to higher education. The second is lack of access to scholarships and education loans is a factor preventing students from continue their studies at the higher education level. Scholarships usually do not need to be repaid and are awarded based on academic merit or financial need, while education loans require repayment with benefits after graduation. The third is debt and limited family financial resources. In this regard, financial resource refer to various income streams that are used for students who are higher education institution to cover operation costs and provide education services. This article discusses the importance of diversifying financial resources, including tuition fee, accommodation costs, and daily expenses in which families with many children need a lot of money. High cost of living. Indeed, the cost of living at the university is quite high because the students do not have time to cook because they are busy with indoor and outdoor program organized by the university as well as club organization social service program. Next is 2.4 independent variable 2 and dependent variables. Independent variable is to take care of family members. This is because the responsibility of caring for family members influences the students' decision to continue their higher education. They they dedicate to postpone or stop their studies. The second is helping in family economy is one of the reasons that students do not continue their studies at the university of or higher education level. This is because the economic challenges of the family can be barrier for students to continue their studies at university or higher education. Third is lack of support from parents is one of the barrier factors for students to continue their studies. This is because lack of support from parents to students, including emotional, financial, and practical support, is the reason why the students does not continue his studies at the university or higher education. The fourth is there is no encourage from siblings. This is because in each family there are different level of education, such as secondary or primary education, or the decision not to continue their studies until the end of secondary school, because the siblings we mentioned prevent a student or individual that he continues his studies to higher education. He will not able to work easily because he will have to complete with other graduates. Number Number five is for dependent variables. Students can increase endurance, can manage problem wisely. Overall, stamina and resilience can be improved by engaging in cardiovascular, strength, and endurance training throughout time. Endurance developed by actively seeking out and rising to obstacles. So lastly, 2.5 framework. Financial problem factor is higher education fees, lack of access to scholarship and education loans, debt burden and limited family financial resources. The cost of living in the university is high. The second is family factor, take care of family members, help in the family economy, lack of support from parents, not encouragement from siblings. The third is education level and motivation factor, low education performance, lack of guidance and counseling advice, social and psychological pressure, lack motivation and self confidences. That's all for me. Thank you, doctor.
Chapter 3, Research Design and Methodology. 3.1, Research Design, Type of Study, a qualitative design, descriptive design based on document analysis and secondary data. The rationale for choice, the study does not involve direct respondent but focus on existing data from official reports, NGOs, academic journals and media. For example, Malaysian Education Blueprints, UNICEF report, Open DOSM statistic. This design help to explore complex and layered issues such as culture pressure, education policy barriers, and financial hardship. For the method source, 3.2, main method, thematic content analysis of public documents and online materials. Type of source used, government report, example, Malaysian Education Blueprints, academic article, research gates, plus 1, official statistic, Open DOSM, NGO reports, UNICEF, University of Auckland, and national media bernama. Example of key issues identified: financial constraints, lack of academic and family support, culture and gender as expectation, systemic policy limitation. This method help identify recurring themes across multi-credible source with triangulation used to validate the finding. 3.3, the sampling. Using the purpose sampling, targeted selected of documents but not people. Selection criteria, the credibility relevant publication years between 2015 until 2024. Instead of surveying individual, this study select representative document and reflect a real challenge faced by student. Research analysis. Method of analysis, thematic analysis using Brown and Clark's 2006. 6 press framework. First, data familiarization, initial coding, term development, reviewing terms, defining and naming terms, final write-up. 2. Research methodology. Method of analysis, 1. Data familiarization, initial coding, 2. Term development, reviewing terms, defining and naming terms. Final write-up. 3. Research methodology. 1. Data familiarization, initial coding, 2. Term development, reviewing terms, defining and naming terms. A thematic matrix will be used to organize and compare findings across sources. This structure analyzes product coherence and meaningful understanding of the barrier to higher education.
For Chapter 4, Implication and Contribution to Knowledge. Practice implications. 1. Policy development. Help the policymaker design better support the system. Like example, financial arts, transport subsidized by understanding real-life student variance. Second, institution planning. School can create the student can center program like kernels, guide and outreach for underrepresented group. Contribution to the knowledge, development and conceptual model prospect a new framework for the understanding access to the higher education. Second, foundation for the future study set to stage for more research on subgroup, like example, rural students, with disability, gender inequality. That's all. Thank you.